the same question you're asking, is it?
There is also an SMS going around that they're going to have Hindraf members have called for burning of the effigy and things like that.
Actually want to meet you today.
I think this question is handled by Manso and Ramasamy, and we are in close touch with all the officials. As I mentioned, as far as Buah Pala is concerned, I think you must be able to distinguish who are the ones who started this and who are the ones who are still trying to save the Kampung Buah Pala. So the one who started this is definitely the UMNO and the Barisan Nasional. The ones who are still trying to help the residents is the present state government. So I think we should be able to distinguish who are our friends from who are our enemies. If we cannot make this distinction, then I think that's where all problems arise. You know, in life, you must always know who are your friends and who are not. If you cannot make this differentiation, then I think you have a lot of problems in trying to, as I said, make sure that everything proceeds normally. So I think in that respect, the government is very clear. The what they call it, the developer is very clear. The residents should also be very clear. Every action that we take, of course, must be within the confines of the law. And I think, as I said, we always talk about the government being a government built on rule of law. We must also observe the laws. But I think what we want is for a settlement that is being now worked out by both Professor Ramasamy and Abi Mansur Osman, and they are doing good work on this. So I think we should entrust them in proceeding with the work they have done. And of course, definitely there have been constant communication with me on this as well as other issues. Who are the people trying to stir this tension? I mean, I hear that even Barisan Nasional, who started this thing, is also trying to be involved in stirring this tension. So I think that's why I said, go back to what I've said earlier in my show. We should be able to distinguish our friends from our enemies. We should be able to differentiate who are our friends, who are not, who are our enemies, and who are not. If you want to know what is the solution, as I said earlier, this is based on we are based on legal rules and regulations. You have to understand that. If you don't understand that, then I think you cannot get a true picture of the situation. And as I said just now, you got to be able to differentiate between right and wrong, between facts and lies. I think you have to differentiate that. If you cannot differentiate that, then it's difficult to proceed. But let there be no doubt of where the government stands on this matter. As I think Professor has said, as Manso has said, that if we had taken any other position, would the villagers still be there? Would the villagers still be there? And if you cannot even see this point, then, as I said, then you cannot appreciate what I said previously. You must be able to distinguish between our friends from our enemies, be able to see who are our friends and who are not, and who are our real enemies and who are not.
But
What is going to happen? What is going to happen on 2nd of July?
According to the police, the
They will go in.
I've not been informed about this from the police. I've not been informed about this from the bailiff, because after all, if any action is taken, this is taken by the developer. Let us see the developments. Now it's the 29th. You've still got the 2nd. I'm sure that there will be developments in between. Okay?
Sorry, regarding that, they've also raised Section 76 of the National Land Code.
What is Section 76 of the National Land Code?
Quote unquote, according to Hindraf, at a stroke of a pen, you can change the status of the
Hindraf sometimes when they talk about stroke of the pen, the question is, you are talking about acquisition, isn't it? Who is going to pay the cost? And do you know how much the cost will be or not? If we can, if we can press, what Hindraf should do is Hindraf should press the federal government to pay the cost of the acquisition. Because you are talking about substantial sum of money. So that is what Hindraf should do. Instead of trying to lay the blame on us. Can you give me a figure? How much do you think this will cost? You have to know, because these are important questions which involves every Penang night. How much is this going to cost us? That's why I say that what Hindraf should do is, if you want to work towards a solution, get the federal government to come up with compensation. Are you talking about billions of ringgit? No. How much are you talking about? I dare not dare to imagine. So that is what Hindraf should do. Because who is the one who started this? It's not done by us. This is done by Barisan Nasional. So you should get Barisan Nasional and the federal government to correct this by paying compensation for the acquisition of this site. If you want to ask the Penang State government to do it, I can tell you very frankly, we cannot afford. Because we are talking about a very substantial sum. You don't even dare to guess the amount, so I think. Charming. Or Imanshu, I don't think you dare to guess the amount. I don't even want to try to guess the amount. But as I say, we are not. Our leaders are still pursuing the issue. As I said, otherwise, do you think the residents will still be there? So let us go back to what I've said just now. You must be able to distinguish your friends from your enemies. You must be able to see who is trying to help you and who is not. If we have not been trying to help them, as I said, would they still be there or not? So let's have some, let's go back to basics. What is the basics? Okay?